In this episode, we're going to back the Rover into its brand new hangar, tour around all of the awesome happenings of the mountain base, and try out our fully operational hangar bay door. Hopefully this time without explosions. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nidd, and it looks like I can't wave anymore. Anyhow, we are here at the wonderful mountain hangar, and the sun looks like it's just going down, perfect timing. But I'd like to start off right here. This is where we left off last time. As you can see, I've finished the door. We're gonna show you that in a minute. But yeah, so Boris built this entire structure here so that we could continue building over here, which is awesome. This has been really helpful. And then we also kind of worked together building this funny little contraption. Originally we had it, as you can see here, originally we had it facing out this way, and he had his ship there docked in right here. But we moved it over to this side and then docked it here so that it was out of the way of the entrance. This is Boris's design for a kind of like a cargo transport ship. So this is kind of like our solution for the moment for the problems that we're having with like connecting to connectors. So if I jump down here. So he built this ship. Obviously it has to be a large ship for this particular method to work. We've got the merge block on the ship and on the station, and then the connectors underneath. So we fly this baby in, we merge them up here, and then once they're merged into a single grid, then we lock the connectors, and then it allows you to transport everything in. This was actually something that Drills007 asked about in the comments. He's like, well, can't you just use a cargo ship? And yep, we totally can. And it's funny that he mentioned that in the comments, basically exactly when Boris was basically doing this himself, which just I thought was kind of funny. You know, great minds think alike. We won't mention the second part of that phrase. We come down into here, you're going to notice that some stuff left over. There's absolutely nothing, basically nothing in here. It's empty. Boris came over, hooked up his ship from over there, hooked it up to here. He's got a similar connection dealie right here, right? So he comes over here, hooks it up, and he unloaded the entire station of everything. And then flew it over to my hangar and dropped it off into the new stuff. The reason he did that is because he's working on that, the other entrance over there on the other side, right? And so he's like, oh, Anubis needs it and I need it, so I'll just move it on over. And completely forgetting about Minty. It was a little bit choked that he came in and he had no resources over here anymore. So speaking about this line right here, this crazy line here. So Nemesis was actually saying in the comments that he doesn't think that that this line is actually what was causing the crash, and I tend to agree with him now since when we came back in after that last crash. This is still here, right to where I finished it off, and it hasn't crashed because of this being here since. And he also, so Nemesis was saying this because he actually has a multiplayer world with people in it, like a bunch of people that were, and they've built like a 2-kilometer long line in a multiplayer world. So that makes me think that this isn't the problem. We're probably not going to need this anymore now that Boris has, moved everything away. But Elemental Blaze 79 had a awesome idea for how, so I was definitely going to have a trouble trying to figure out how to connect this to this station here, right? So his idea was that you run these things close enough together, but then you use the connector to collector trick, right? So I'd probably want to, pull one in from the top, have the other one come up underneath, and then you basically can drop stuff back and forth between the two, or like do it the other way around. Now, Bernie Bear was commenting on how, we're thinking that this might be the problem to our crashing issues. Sal, like he was commenting on Sal's comment that we could put maybe, like she was using, I think, cargo containers in here between like every 10 pieces or so, and maybe we could use conveyors instead. Bernie's comment was that since conveyors and the 6-sided conveyors are pretty much the same block, it probably wouldn't help too much, and I think that he's probably right about that. Using multiple cargo containers actually might be a thing, right? Because they have a bit different functionality. But since we don't think that that's actually the problem anymore, it's kind of a moot point. But definitely thank you for the idea and the suggestion. So now if we just head on in, this is Minty's Gigantor drilling ship. This is what he was building in that hole over there that he finally finished. And he spent some time and just kind of like drilled around to try and make this cave a bit smoother and circular. This is that wonderful drilling ship that I built and used to make that hole. It goes all the way to the surface up there. You can see the sort of some light kind of up there. And then down into our pit of a, bog of eternal stench. Oh no, are you kidding me? Okay, we back. I can't believe that. It was too funny. Anyhow, that's that drilling ship. Now, we had an idea for this. Like, this is kind of like a relic now, right? We don't really need it anymore. We could just tear it down and use it for something else, but it seems sad to just, it's a beautiful little device. Maybe because it's mine. I'm sad to see it go. But I think, is it Mir and Sal are making a museum on the mean. So I thought this, hey, this is perfect. We should take this to the mean and display it in the museum that they're making there. So we're gonna have to do an episode at some point where we take this to the mean. And yeah, so it's cool. So we'll definitely be doing more work in here soon. And yeah, he finished off all the blocks. So it's starting to come together. We got a nice big platform to build stuff on here. We come out here, and this is the entrance that Boris is working on. He started using the new kind of like, what are they called? Road mod that we have on the server here. Kind of cool. Kind of lets you kind of get up in here. And he's building these doors that open and close. He was having some trouble getting the rotors to work and turn properly, and so he just decided at the end, he threw thrusters on us like, it works, done, and he left. It's kind of funny. So let's head on over there now, right back to where we started. And let's show you the door. All right, we do have some changes here. So, actually, why don't I show you the lights right now? They work really awesome. So you see how dark it is here right now? So Boris decided that this place is called the Dong Door. The Dong Door Hangar. If I turn this one off, you'll see how dark that is. Like, look how dark that is right now, right? So let's turn on this spotlight and let's turn on this spotlight, and boom, look at how bright this is now. You can see everything. This is beautiful. I love it. And just one spotlight. So they're way more effective now. So you can use less of them, which now I think originally that they had the light down low because they're worried about lag issues, but funny how it turns out, if you increase the power of these things, then people need less of them to light things up. So they use a lot less of them, which causes a lot less lag. So having them be more powerful, but individually more laggy, which I don't even know is a thing anymore. I don't think that they are. Anyhow, here we got the door here. I was trying to put together a timer block over here that could then, do all of the stuff that this has to do, like unlock the landing gears and everything. So I don't know if I showed you how that all works, right? So I got a landing gear up there, and there's also one underneath, and we use those to lock the door in place, make it part of the grid. Yeah, grid, and it won't be bouncing around like crazy. Now this is weird. Boris has been the only one that's been able to get this door to work. He told me how he did it, so let's see if I can actually make this thing work. First thing I need to do is, so we got the ground hangar door lock. I'm going to unlock that, and this one should already be unlocked. I'll just do it just in case. Yeah, so the way I've got this stuff worked out right now, right, is with that, I have the master rotor, and then we have the slave one on the other side. It's hidden so that we can't accidentally click it and blow everything up again, because that will happen. There is this new safety lock feature on these doors as well, which has actually been really helpful while building this door, because it got to the point where we were trying to build stuff down on the bottom there, and so we could kind of rotate it up a little bit, lock it, and then work on it. And so this has actually been really helpful. So, but if I unlock this, you'll see it should start to bounce like crazy again. It isn't. Okay. Now, all I need to do, technically, all I should have to do now is reverse this, right? And it's bouncing. It's not doing anything. I think he was just playing with reverse and the lock. So I think he was just going like lock, unlock, reverse, reverse. I don't know. I think he was just kind of playing around with this thing randomly, and then it would start to move. There we go. And now it's working. I don't know what is going on here. But anyhow, there you go. Let's lock that in place. The wall lock, and I'm going to lock that in place. Oh, and here's another weird thing that's happened to us in the past. So you'll notice it's locked. I'm glad this kind of happened because it's funny. It's locked. It looks like it's open. but I can actually walk right through this. It's not here. And this is actually a wall. It's actually there. As you can see by me almost dying. But yeah, so there's that. So now if I think the way we fixed this last time, if I go back here and I go to lock, unlock it, it's now back up, and then I lock it again, now it's fine. Now it looks fine. Weirdness. Anyhow, as you can see, the solution to the door problem that we were having, because actually the door was way too heavy. So with these blocks on here, the door was massively heavy. So what we decided to do instead, as you can see, is we put LCD panels on the entire thing. What I was thinking here then is that I could make like this one giant LCD screen and fill it with color. Now you saw earlier when it went up, you notice that there was like some areas that had some color. If I look away and look back, no, okay, it's not doing it right now. There seems to be a bug with this thing, right, with the LCD panels right now. Maybe it's just a pure number of them. They're not all, like when you change the background color of them, they don't all kind of go properly. So I was gonna put my logo on there, like I showed you guys before, but I can't get it to work right now. So one thing I might do is I might switch these out for catwalk, those flat catwalks instead, because then I can just paint it, it's fine. It doesn't need to be a giant screen like this, and they're buggy anyway. So the other thing, you notice that there's these blocks in the corner. So to make this work, obviously, if you're wondering how this works, obviously these panels won't connect these to these blasters. You can see the little gap there, right? They won't connect. So we put these kind of cornerstone blocks in. Now this is from another mod. This is from like the expanded blaster mod that gives you the kind of like the bigger size of things. So it's still the shorter size on this side, which lets it fit in here nicely, but it's got a little bit longer on the other side, which allowed us to connect these displays against it and then run off. So technically these displays are only connected to the door from those 4 blocks in the middle. Now we did that because we didn't want just one point to connect, because if one of them blew off, the whole thing would fall down. This way at least it's got 4 points to keep it attached to this wall. We only used 4 because if we added too many, the weight of the door would be too much. We used LCD panels because they're actually really light, and I think that the catwalks are as well. So that I might do that. So if we go on inside now, you can see here's the hangar, and it's all lit up. And the back of that actually looks pretty cool. I do like that. So here we go. We're inside the hangar. This light, look how bright it is in here with that light. That's awesome. So we need to do some work in here to make this more homey, right? Boris is kind of just, looks like Boris and Minty have been using my hangar to just kind of like hide away their stuff. Don't look at that. That's for something else. That's for another episode. Do not look at the man behind the curtain. But yeah, so here is our massive hangar. Now, if I fly up here, you'll see this giant square rectangle. That is the size that my Rover needs inside this hangar. Now, everybody was always complaining to me about, this hangar's huge. Why do you need such a huge hangar? Well, that's why. My Rover is big. Now, it doesn't need all this room. I think I've given it a... Oh, you kidding me? Okay. I think I've given it about a 2 block, or maybe 2 or 3 block kind of like leeway around where this black line is, so that there's kind of space around it. And I drew this black line so I know kind of how far out I need to start building. Like if I want to build stuff out here, where I should kind of do things, right? I can't build inside of this. This is where the Rover is going to be. So why don't we do that right now? Let's go park the Rover in the hangar for the first time. And I think the light is coming out now, which is great, so we can actually see what we're doing. Now, let's close this door. This door actually, when you try and close it, it closes way better. Oh, I guess before we do that, I'll show you the little indent that I have here, and then here's the other landing gear for locking it, right? It's right there. There's nothing underneath right now, but it might be fun to actually make like maintenance tunnels underneath there. I like doing that kind of thing. So let's back up and this should work a lot better, and reverse it. And boom, down it comes, right? Like it works perfectly on the way down, but on the way up, it takes, like you just gotta crazy click different combos of that safety lock and, oh, I better lock the door. Anyhow, so the door is open. Now we need to get into our wonderful Rover here. Now to do this, so we need to, There we go. Wheels, okay. Wheel control. And I'm gonna use the gyro to kind of twist this thing around because I just don't want to like play around with it too much. Oh, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Look at that. Okay, we got her. Rolling in there nicely. The door is nice size. It's working to me. And stop. Okay, we'll turn the handbrake back on. Let's see how we did. Looks like it's in there pretty good. Nicely parked. Let's get out. Please don't start bouncing around like a madman. Parking brake is on. Now technically, we got this door. Look at that ramp. Nicely down. We can lower the wheels a bit, and it is bouncing. So I guess technically, what I could do in here to make sure that this thing doesn't kind of like go nuts, although I don't know how the wheels will play with that, is build a like a system that lets me connect a merge block to this, right? And merge it to the ground. So when it's come here and it's parked, then maybe have like a piece in the middle here where it is there's like a merge block or something in there, and then underneath here have like a merge block on a piston that then can like go up and then merge with this and just stop it from moving. Get the wheels down at the right height so that this is perfect to the ground. Oh, you're bouncing. Why are you bouncing? Stop bouncing! Stop it! Don't do it! But like as you can see, there is quite a bit of room, so I might have overestimated how long it was, looks like. But there, let's just fly up and look around. Oh yeah, so I should have, yeah, see, he's over the edge here. I should have backed him up more. But now you can see, with it parked kind of nicely in the middle of this, it kind of fits in here. So that's kind of like, you know, this is where you want to park, you know where you don't want to build around it. Kind of fits in here nice and tight. The roof is as tall as it is, right? Because these things kind of stick out. Oh, I just ran out of hydrogen and died. I think that's 3 times for this episode. Oh, look. I guess I made a hole with the wheel when I came in. There's my body over there. I think he was kind of jiggling like this over there. Oh, look at that. Look at how I died. Oh, okay, bye. And let's take a look from back here. How does he look? Dog. The hog in his home. What I need to do in here next, like, my plan, let's just pull up this little menu here of stuff. Now, there are some blocks in this game that are like, where are they? They're kind of like decoration. So there's all these things here. So these kind of like kitchen almost stuff. But I'm thinking like maybe with these, using like these shelving units and some of the kitchen stuff, like all of this kind of stuff here, and these little tables, right back here in the corner. I was thinking like kind of like in here, like back in this corner here, we could have like a, what do they call it? Like a canteen. So you got like, you know, put that there and then put some of the tables kind of around it. Maybe actually put it like back in here, fill that block in underneath it. Some of the flat ones, kind of like a sink area, you know, kind of build this stuff out, make a little canteen area back here. And then kind of like right here, we could build like a seating area. So if we go, I don't know, so like doing the tables and kind of give them enough room between, oh, and it just flipped on me. And it flipped on me, right? So if we could do like something like that where we've got these tables here, a nice little canteen, and then we've got a little kitchenette kind of thing going on over here. Over here, in this is kind of a nice big area. I was thinking, so you know, we've got, I want this Rover to be functional still. So I want to actually rebuild the machines that go in here, right? So like a little Rover that sits in here, and the little bird that we built that sits in here. Rebuild those guys, new Mark model. I'm gonna try and see, because we got the small ship problem of connectors, right? Where I'm wondering if we use a connector and a landing gear combo, if it would work in here. right? So I'm going to rebuild those, redesign them so that we can get them in here using that. But then I'm thinking maybe actually have over here a dock area, right? So like when you could have multiple of these things, like, and then make it look really cool where you've got kind of like a dock for all your little surveying birds, you know, maybe like 3 of them or so, just kind of like all docked in here. And then the one that you want, you take out, you load it in here and you drive them away. Maybe also have like a little spot in here for the little Rover guys that fit in there. Just have them parked back here, a little parking lot. And then along the sides, what I want to do on the sides, we got these shelving units and these, you know, these barrels and these crates and these boxes. So like just get rid of one of these. Like this kind of stuff. So it like just kind of like randomly scattered on the side. So if I go put like a shelving unit here and then some crates, kind of like just, or some barrels, I mean, yeah, sure, why not, right there. And then, you know, like kind of like this in front of it, and then put some boxes, kind of like scattered around. Make it look like it's, you know, kind of industrial in here. And you've got like stuff like that here. Also on this side, do the same thing over here. So like kind of just have this stuff kind of scattered all around here. Like when I started playing with this in the creative, I didn't realize like this place is huge. Like it is huge. When you start putting down all these little things, you're just like, oh my God, wow, is this thing nuts? And then, you know, just kind of scatter that stuff all around here. And then maybe at the front door here, like kind of put these things in the corner like this, you know, like little things like that. And then make this like when somebody comes in, it's a bit of maybe a reception area where there's somebody could be standing here, you know, talking to you as you come in, you know, taking your it's like, what have you brought for the base, right? Kind of come in. That's the other thing I need to do in here is find a way to load and unload this guy. So that would be another reason for doing the merge block system down here. And then maybe find a way to, if I do it from the ground up, you know, I merge it up and then also have like, just like the system out there where we've got the merge block and the connector, have that come up from the ground and connect in, and merge block and connector with this guy so that we can connect it up and then actually load and unload this guy before he goes out, like say on a mobile based mission where we're I think this thing would be awesome for heading out to a location where you do want to do some mining for resources. You drive this guy out there or fly him out there. You've got like say a mining guy in the back. The mining guy comes out, mines all the resources, loads this thing full up with ore, drive him back, dock him in, and fill the base with all of the resources. We're gonna put another door over there like that. And I actually found this in our mods as well. But I was thinking kind of like, yeah, see here, like if I had like put them, oh, I need something, but like put them on either side of the door on the way in. So it's kind of like, this is where, you know, you come in, you change in your suit, you know, like technically it would be for an EVA type thing, but we're on the planet. But since we're still in our spacesuits down here on the planet, right? So if I put these kind of things here, this is maybe like you could have outdoor suits and indoor suits or something. We can role play and pretend, but kind of have like a little suit area here. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I definitely want, and somebody in the comments, I'm really sorry, I can't remember who it was right now, was talking about having like catwalk system up and around this thing, right? And I've been playing with that in a creative server and it's starting to look really cool. And playing with like a staircase system. I think what I'm gonna do is in the corners here, there's gonna be like a staircase system goes up and a staircase system over here that goes up, and then like a conveyor, well, not conveyor, a catwalk system above this guy, all around it, that also connects right up to the top of the wall there. I have an idea for how to like connect all that up, because ultimately I want this to feel like it really is a usable space, like a real role play usable space, where let's say the rover comes in and you need to repair him and you need to get up on top, right? And yes, we have jetpacks, but if you could actually get up on a catwalk and then come in and repair this thing, as well as kind of get underneath, like, so the staircase and all that kind of stuff, but then also get underneath and then make the, like in the front, make all of the, you know, ways to kind of get underneath this and get to the different aspects you need to repair there as well. But yeah, so this is the plan. I'm really happy with how this is coming along. I'm so happy that he's actually inside now. And we got lots of cool stuff to do in here. I think lots of really fun stuff to do in here. I do have to say the planets look really cool. And there it is. What do you think? There's what this looks like so far. I'll probably move all of that gear as well inside. I really do think that that's kind of cool. So I'm curious to know from your guys' point of view, if you have any idea why the rotor is acting that way with the door. So the problem that I'm having here, right, where for whatever reason, when you want to close it, like lift it up, it won't work, but it does work. Like, it's not that it's too heavy. We tested, we checked that. It's not heavy. You saw it work, but I just have to play. Like, I have to turn off and on the lock. I have to flip back and forth the reverse the door rotor, right? On just on one side, but that's all I did. Was just flip that back and forth, turn on and off the lock, just randomly and random whatever, right? And then it worked. I didn't change any of the torque or the like any of that stuff, right? None of that stuff. The displacement, everything else stayed the same. Just started working randomly at some point. It closes, no problem. So, or I mean, opens, I guess. So if you guys know why that's happening, is that just a bug? Is that just something that we have to deal with right now? Is there a way to fix it? Please let me know in the comments. Even if you're not sure, definitely check out what other people have written. They might give you some ideas. It might spark an idea in your mind that you didn't think of, an atom. And of course, I'll be down there myself discussing this all with you. And thank you so much for the comments so far. It really makes this game a lot more fun, interacting with you guys and having ideas from you guys. And kind of incorporating them into the game. I really love it. So if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I have new episodes of the Nidd, as you see here, I think it's Monday and Thursday. Roid Grab is still going on and coming out on Wednesdays. If you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. It's a really fun PvP multiplayer battle between two groups in Space Engineers. And until then, signing off from Mongolia at the Dongdor hangar base. I hope you have an absolute great one, and I'll see you next time.